No matter the sport, referees are trained to keep their composure, regardless of how things are going. They are responsible for making big decisions, which often makes them the most unpopular person involved. Well, as tensions run high from fighters who don't know when to stop, sometimes the ref finds themselves having to get hands-on to calm a situation. During this fight that took place at the GE Fights and Alpha Kickboxing Fight League event, referee Billy McCombs is forced to put his fighting experience into action when one fighter doesn't know when to stop. After thinking he has successfully cooled the situation, the aggressive fighter bursts away from the official to viciously attack again. At this point, McCombs loses his patience and restrains the young fighter before slamming him to the ground for the police to handcuff him.
Break, stop!
Do you know what's worse than losing in the first round of an MMA fight? Getting cleaned up by the referee after it's all over. After being owned within 2 minutes of the first round of a URCC match, Iranian fighter Razi Jabari decided to act childish. He refused to shake hands with his opponent and tried to walk away as the match results were announced. Referee Joey Lepitin attempted to calm the situation, but Jabari allegedly cursed at him and gave him the middle finger. Not stopping there, Jabari shoved Lepitin and then sucker punched him in the head. The incident sent Lepitin into a rage. He clinched Jabari and took him to the ground, giving the fighter his second loss of the night. It's either this referee woke up on the wrong side of the bed, or he is the reincarnation of Bruce Lee. Whatever the reason, this referee goes berserk after being ignored by the fighters he was watching. Things are brought under control when other officials come over and restrain the man. Luckily, this was all just a light-humored stunt for the crowd, with the clip ending with laughter and clapping. After hitting the referee in response to a decision, the fighter soon regrets it as he is lifted into the air by his neck and sent crashing into the ring. The other fighter also gets a taste of the ref's wrath when he hits the downed man and gets pushed back violently in the face. The ref, who is now pumped, prompts the man to fight him fairly, but decides to stay in his corner to prevent a beating. After getting knocked out in the opening seconds of his fight with Croatian fighter Karlo Kaput, Renat Ljautogov managed to get back to his feet to fight. The only problem was, due to the confusion brought on by the pummeling he received, he started to fight the ref instead. The quick-thinking official put his fighting skills into practice and put Ljautogov into a headlock until he passed out again and was helped out of the ring.
Как обескураживающе начался. 10 секунд потребовалось, но посмотрите, не может себя прийти Ренат. Армену Ананьяну здесь не просто приходится, но и секундантам Ренату Летифову сейчас хорошо бы успокоить своего бойца, да.
This nasty sucker punch before the fight began should have given some hindsight into the way the fight was going to end. After successfully coming out of a grapple, this fighter gets the upper hand. Trying to get the fight out of the corner, the referee is ignored and the dirty fighter keeps on throwing punches. Eventually, the ref has had enough and puts him into a lock until he gives up.
Versus grappling, but Attila's background is Vale-Tudo as well, so very similar in certain ways.
Grant Waltman looks as though he's struggling to pull Attila off of his opponent. Grant actually had to restrain Attila to stop him from fighting. Attila's getting aggressive.
This fight at the Sydney Opera House turns to chaos in minutes as a punch to the back of the head results in the famous trainer and promoter Bernie Hall yanking the boxer back by the head. This act triggers an all-out brawl that even saw the referee throwing punches.
Champ's got a bit wild, and Bernie Hall has actually pulled him. Oh, here's a real go. You won't see this too often. One of the cornermen, the fight's still going, and one of the cornermen from Temelkov's corner, Sharky Raymond, the referee, is trying to stop it. The cornerman's down. Sharky Raymond is now fighting with one of the cornermen. The fight will have to win. Sharky Raymond throwing everything. Bernie Hall is now throwing punches. There are other people in the ring. There must be 20 people in the ring.
This fight starts out with one contender getting an absolute onslaught of punches and kicks before finally hitting the canvas. The best fight, however, was yet to come as a cornerman enters the ring to argue with the ref. Things soon escalate, which results in an impressive knockout by the official and a brawl breaking out. During this fight, rage completely takes over the fighter. Even though he is told to stop fighting, he continues to go for blood. Eventually, the referee realizes that the nice approach just won't cut it. He quickly manages to get a chokehold on the man, which eventually calms him down. Things go from bad to worse, however, when a cornerman rushes in to get revenge for his beaten friend.
As he's fighting, just take the right actions. He's going.
Whoa,
He's hurt there.
What has happened here?
Whoa,
Whoa. This is going way over the top here.
way to go, Andy Davis, the referee.
And we've got some problems here. We've got some problems here. Big problems here.
After seeing his colleague get pushed by this thuggish boxer, a referee enters the ring and body slams him into the ground before restraining him. Even on the floor, the boxer is trying to throw his weight around by pushing and punching out at the referee. Of course, the fight is called off and the thug gets booed out of the ring. After prematurely calling off a fight, there were some cornermen who did not take kindly to their fighter losing so early. As they flood into the ring, the ref is held back by other officials so that he doesn't do something he will later regret. Luckily, the men screaming at him were all bark and no bite, which ended with the security taking them away.
Have a little melee in the ring. All the fighters upset. Then they stop the fight.
During this UK amateur lightweight fight, referee Leon Roberts is forced to put his MMA training into action and put one fighter into a chokehold to stop him beating down on his opponent. In fact, the near-naked choke was executed so well that it put the two competitors to shame. This is another example of a referee using their own fighting experience to prevent any further damage coming to a fighter.
Amateur lightweight fight with Natias Frederick and Ahmad Oswald at Fight UK Last Man Standing. Now look at referee Leon Roberts. He's in there. Does he have the hook sunk in, boss?
After performing a move that the referee disagreed with, this black belt was tossed to the ground with ease by the official, who then went on to explain why he ended up on the canvas. This next entry is another example of a referee using a technique to defend himself. After being rocked by his opponent, Carlos Mesa, Andres Camacho managed to get back to his feet. In a moment of confusion brought on by the previous blow, the fighter began fighting referee Frank the Crank Camacho instead. Luckily, the official was a fighter also and was able to defend himself, managing to get the wild fighter into a clinch until he came to his senses. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit the like button to show your support. Also, if you want to see more fight-related content, make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell.